Hey everyone, welcome back to Pine Hollow Auto Diagnostics. Today we have an American hot rod to diagnose. 2008 Chevy Impala SS. It's got the 5.3 liter V8 with active fuel management. The customer complaint is a very intermittent injector circuit fault that causes the transmission to go into limp mode. Interesting symptoms. So this thing has only, I think, 75,000 miles on it. It's mint, and doing a full code scan, that's the code that the shop is worried about, P0201. So that's the one we're going to chase. Now, brief history on the vehicle. This issue first occurred earlier this year, I think in January, so over 3 months ago. And it was very intermittent. Sometimes it wouldn't happen for weeks. Crazy. Then it started happening more frequently, and the technician here, he said put in an injector, and it was fine for another few weeks. Then the problem came back. Then they put on a little pigtail. So we'll go under the hood, see what they did. And then a few weeks later, apparently the same thing happened. Just so intermittent, this injector 1 control circuit code. So how do we attack this problem? Just doing a quick visual inspection under the hood. That's the new pigtail right there. That's injector number 1. New injector, new pigtail. Still very intermittent injector circuit fault. So let me look up that code in service information, and then we're going to have to hook the scope up to the control wire and take this thing on a test drive. I mean, I have no other ideas here. The engine computer lives in this airbox. I think you can see the big loom going in there. Where else could this intermittent problem be occurring? This is GM, but it's mint. The harness is still intact. Looks like it's not rubbing through. It goes from here, down here, into the airbox. We could do a little wiggle check while having the scope hooked up. Perhaps that might show something, but with this one, I have a feeling that we might not be able to recreate the problem. Alright, we're going to hook up 2 channels on the PicoScope to these injector control wires. So cylinder number 1, that's the control wire, the one closer to the tab. And you can see by wiring colors, we're also going to do injector number, so it's 1, 3, 5. That's the control wire right there. Just checking pin tension. They all seem to be about the same. I mean, this is a brand new pigtail, so you know, there's drag on there for sure. Not worried about the pigtail per se. I want to see if the control wire, you know, what's the voltage on that? Is it a feed problem? Is it a computer problem? Is it a wiring problem? If we can recreate it at all, that's my main concern right now. So let me set up the Pico, and we'll do a light harness wiggle check just in case, and we'll take it for a test drive. Alright, so let's clear all the DTCs just in case the problem happens. Hopefully we'll see the engine computer flag it. And just run it and hopefully it acts up. Alright, here we go. Let's fire it up. Let's go look at the scope. So we can see control pulses. That's known good. We can wiggle the harnesses. So blue channel is injector 1, the red channel is injector number 5. I know we're not going to find it. Oh, here we go. Look at that. Look at that. What is going on? I like it. Alright guys, this is the money shot. This was just wiggling that main harness next to the radiator. Check it out. Look at this. That's injector number 3, was it? Or number 5? The red one's good. Look what's happening to the blue one. It's almost like it's grounding out right there. So the computer pulses it, but when I wiggle the harness, look, we're getting extra injector pulses. Boom! Okay, so this capture is the money shot. We have a problem in the harness for sure. Question is our 2 injector control wires shorting to each other, perhaps? What would cause this? Alright, so now that we see the actual fault with injector number 1 circuit, it looks like that control wire is grounding out on something intermittently and firing the injector when the computer is not commanding it on. So let me turn the key on, roll the scope, and we'll do the wiggle check right here by this harness. I just did this, and we'll see if injector number 1, there it is, was dropping out. Am I gonna make it act up again? Oh, there it goes. There it goes. Hear it click? Crazy. So where is it grounding out? Is it on this metal line? Right there. Maybe this bolt right there? Yep. That's it. Right there. It's got to be something metal. You would think it's that bolt cutting into the harness. Insane. So we're so close. I'm going to show this to the shop owner, and we should be able to find the problem right in this harness. So I'm thinking it has to be this bolt, because if I hold it tight up against here, you can hear it. And if I move it away slightly, no grounding action. So let's open up this loom, take it out of the holder, peel back this tape. We have to find a strand of copper that's touching the metal. We have to. And this loom is, of course, crumbling apart. We don't really care. We're looking for no. I still don't see it. Let's go back to here. Problem's still there. No, it's not the bolt. Crazy stuff. Well, I'm going to keep searching here. We'll see what we find. Alright, so instead of clicking the injector on and off, let's just use a test light. So when the short is there, we get a test light. When a short's not there, it's open. So short, open. It's right here. It's crazy. Let me just shut the key off. Alright, so this is actually the hardest part of the diagnosis here, is finding the short circuit to ground. There's no obvious metal rubbing, brackets or bolts. That's not touching. This isn't touching. We still have a short. And I want to trace the current going on these wires, but anytime I move the harness, the short can disappear. And you don't want to move the harness that you can't reproduce the fault. Right now the fault is present, so we have to be extremely careful and precise in finding the area of the fault. So I'm gonna keep searching here a little bit, doing very careful, extremely careful wiggle checks. You know, this harness is all, you move one part, it's hard to keep the other part stable. See, you can reproduce it there, you can reproduce it here, you can reproduce it down here. So, not clear just yet. Alright, so here's an interesting experiment. So we have a short circuit, and my ammeter is showing 0.2 with a minus sign around the entire harness. If we move it so the short circuit disappears, the current doesn't change much at all, even though we're sending 1 amp through that test light on that control circuit. Okay? So it's not going back towards the computer, so the problem must be from here to the engine block. How insane is that? Because there's nowhere else that this harness is rubbing. I don't think. This is blowing my mind. Could it be going back on a ground circuit? But, you know, there's no other, these are just control wires. Where could there be a constant ground that's not in this harness? It's attached directly to the engine block. That's what's kind of bizarre. Oh, I found another bolt hiding under the harness right here for the intake manifold. Could that be a problem? Right there. I think we might have a winner. Let me get a mirror under there and see if we see any copper. That's got to be it. Yes, we have a winner. Look at that harness. Hole rubbed right through. You see copper. There's that tan wire. Injector number 1 control. Okay, we're done. Let's just wrap this up and ship this thing. Alright, here's the final shot of the repair. Taped up the harness here and here, and then zip tied it because these clips are, you know, degrading. Just want to keep it off that bolt so it's not going anywhere. Make sure it's not rubbing anything metal. This is good. This is good. That's fine. So let's clear the codes and run it. Make sure nothing comes back. Alright, so let's clear out the DTCs. Yes. Okay. No codes. Fire it up. Let number 1, cylinder 1 clear out. There we go. Seems to be pretty smooth. Let's scan it for codes one more time. No trouble codes. Excellent. You can even look at misfire counters. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. All zeros. Oh, it wants to go. Yep, just engine oil pressure switch codes. So that one, sneaky bolt. So it was a short to ground, it was a rub through harness. We've seen this on countless other GM products. Just with age, with vibration, with heat, the harnesses aren't as well routed and secured as other brands. So, but no parts required fix yet again. Didn't need an injector, didn't need a pigtail, just needed some electrical tape and a zip tie. So that's it. Thanks a lot for watching, and we'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.